consider the consequences. Have you considered them? Have you considered the consequences of doing the action that you're going to do in terms of music? I want to know. But that's what I want to talk about today. Basically, I want to talk about how I've noticed that a lot of the time people will kind of decide, I don't really have time to do this, you know? And that's a very easy mindset to sort of fall into, the idea that like, I can't get everything done. What the hell? You know, you got work, you know, you're doing a full-time job, casual, whatever you're doing. You're probably just working at, you know, the corner store. You're probably just working at Hungry Jack's. It's like, I just don't have time to do my music. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Consider the consequences. I got some notes here that I've written down in the past about this idea. Basically, what I've found is when it comes to your free time, a lot of time people want to relax. People want to sort of mosey on, just sort of, you know, take a breather, especially if they've just done like a 9 to 5 or like an early shift or something. They come back home, they want to, you know, sort of space out, watch the TV or something, you know. But not a good idea. As soon as you get home, like, you can still be in work mode, even if you're doing like a 9 to 5. As soon as you get home, you can still sort of train your brain to keep working. And what I've noticed with me is that especially within the past couple of months, I've been consistently working. And that's because I've made it a sort of switch in my brain to sort of think, okay, yes, I can accomplish these things and I do have time. And you'll find that like there's always at least an hour of your time. If you are really that busy, there is at least an hour's worth of time that you can focus on just playing music, practicing what you need to do. If you want to practice a song, if you need to practice songs, if you need to you know, email a bunch of you know, venues for gigs, you know, plenty of stuff, you know, learning technical abilities, an hour of learning technical abilities on the guitar, things like that. Whatever it may be that revolves around your pursuit in music, you have at least an hour's worth of time. I did talk to one of my mates who actually even said it's something pretty, like a pretty cool idea. He's got his own business and he's sort of shown me some like sort of moves, like, you know, being able to make an invoice. I don't even think I knew what an invoice was. I thought that was something that, you know, the venues had to send me, but apparently I got to send that. So, you know, I've been learning stuff about that throughout this sort of little musical journey of mine. But he said something very important that I thought was actually really a cool way to look at it when it comes to doing these sort of tasks that you know that you feel like you should be doing but you don't have the time. And it's the 5-minute rule. 5-minute rule. Well, 5 minutes basically is sort of enough time to be like, you're thinking to yourself, okay, well 5 minutes, that's nothing, right? You can definitely do 5 minutes of something and, you know, not be worried about it, you know, sort of thing. There's surely got to be some time in the day where you've got 5 minutes. So you trick your brain, you trick your mind, your thought process. You think, okay, I'm going to practice some music right now. Okay, I'm going to practice a new song. That will take me 5 minutes. It would take me 5 minutes, right? And you could just literally practice a song for 5 minutes. And then the next day, for 5 minutes, you practice the song. And eventually you get better. Nonetheless, it's 5 minutes. It doesn't seem like much, but you're still making progress. But what you'll find, and I think he mentioned this, was you do 5 minutes of something, but then 5 minutes is like enough time for you to be sort of starting to get into the mode of doing what you're doing, and it tricks the brain into feeling lazy, and you're now focusing on what you're focusing on. So if you're playing, trying to learn a song, for example, and you go, okay, I've got 5 minutes to do this. You start playing the song for 5 minutes, you start trying to learn the chords, blah, 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 what you need to do, chuck up on YouTube or whatever, on your phone, whatever. And then you'll find that actually, no, you've been spending like half an hour's time, or more. You'll find that you spend more than 5 minutes time to do it. And then you'll be like, oh, goddamn, time really flew fast like that. God damn, I was really in the moment. And it's only 5 minutes. It only seems to your head that you're going to be doing 5 minutes, so it seems like a lot easier of a task to wrap your head around. But you consider the consequences and you think, what's the consequences of doing this activity, and what's the consequences of not doing it, sort of thing, right? It's never enough, you always feel like you never have enough time to do everything, but you always have enough time to do the most important thing. And for you, if you are looking to become a successful musician, if you're looking to become, whatever musician, to you, surely, because that's why you're here. You're here to talk about music. We're not here to, become gym buddies and get real ripped, and that's our main goal, unless it is. And in that case, hey, whatever, maybe take my advice. But this is about music. So, if you really want to pursue that and you feel like that's something that you want to go down in, you will realize that, okay, that's very important, and you'll find that you sort of push it aside because you just are so caught up and so busy. But you got to start thinking that it's the most important thing if you really, really want to do it. If you really want to do it, you got to think it's like the most important thing. I've got to at least get this done today. And it only takes you thinking to yourself, it's 5 minutes. And if you can, and that's the thing. You sort of think to yourself, if this is going to take even like an hour, like I was saying before, an hour's time, you've always got an hour in the day, you do. Everyone does, surely. You might not think it, you do, you might make excuses, but surely there's an hour of the day. Maybe you should try not sleeping in too much, but consider the consequences. Realize if I get this done today, one thing, learning a song, one thing, setting up a gig list of songs or something, learning technical detail on the guitar or on the piano. You focus on that as the most important thing, and you go, okay, this can only take me 5 minutes, and you will be more inclined to do it. I have been J.A.M, and I'm a bowling champion.